What makes your new book, Letters to a Young Incarcerated Brother, different from all of your other books?
Well, the main thing that to me that makes this book different is that it's the depth of the work, and also the interaction between me and the incarcerated brother who's writing to me, and what we have going back and forth. And so it's a multi-tiered book. It's first, in one way, it's like a storybook or a fiction book where you can kind of map the story and the evolution of my relationship with the incarcerated brother, or IB, and hopefully get drawn into the story, inspired by the story in that regard. But at the same time, it's much like a traditional nonfiction motivational book. So it still has certain prescriptive elements that are specific to a nonfiction book, and so hopefully those two elements people will really respond to. And then on a bigger idea, it speaks to this crisis that we have in our country right now, which is this hyper-incarceration crisis that it's to me, it's the issue of our time that we need to deal with. And so the book hopefully hits home on a whole lot of levels, and it's certainly the work I've done that I'm most proud of.
And there are numerous contributors to the book.
Yes.
People like Russell Simmons.
Great contributors.
Other great luminaries. Can you talk more about that aspect?
Sure. It was important to me to not have my voice be the only voice, because this is such a multi-pronged problem that I think that different people should weigh in. And I wanted people to bring their own expertise to the table. Russell Simmons, for instance, has gotten into meditation, and he thinks that being conscious, spiritual, and meditative is a way towards solutions for an individual who's facing obstacles, etc. So that's not my area of expertise, but that's his, and so he wanted to speak to that. I included Rudy Tanzi, who is a Harvard neuroscientist who is working on brain issues. He has a wonderful book out now called Super Brain with Deepak Chopra. So he contributed to the book, talking about how most of us deal with life from our reptilian brain, where you can actually train your brain to operate on a higher consciousness or a higher level, so that you're making choices not so much from the reptilian side, but making active choices. And it really feeds into the concept that I talk about in the book called being an active architect of your own life. The idea that you can design or build whatever life you want, but you approach it like an architect approaches building a structure. So those are two very good examples of people I have in the book. It goes on and on. Michael Steele, who ran the Republican Party, is a contributor, but at the same time, Lupe Fiasco, the rapper, is a contributor. So it's a wide range of different individuals who contribute to the book.
So you've addressed young black men and the school-to-prison pipeline. You've addressed relationships in the conversation. Mm-hmm. What's next for you in terms of your books and the issues you think?
I'm not doing another book.
Really?
Yeah,
this is your last book?
This is my last book.
Really?
This is it. Yeah.
Why is that?
It's kind of like when Jay-Z retired, I guess. He dropped the mic, walked off the stage.
But he came back.
He did come back. I put everything into this book. It's 400 pages. It's a big book. Years and years of research and work went into this. I really do believe that a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of writers, but there are writers out there that'll just, they'll put stuff out because they just put it out. They don't necessarily have anything new to offer. It's just kind of a repackaging of older ideas. This is it for me. I want to write books when I have something specific to offer, and this I've offered my best. This book represents the best of what I have, and since I'm not doing it for any other reason but to try to help make the world a little bit better, I don't plan on writing another book. There's not another book in the works, not another book deal. This is it.